You know, life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a duck blur. Let's solve a mystery, or rewrite history. Ducktales. Woohoo. Every day we're out there making it. I need to stop with that. Anyway, what's up, folks, and welcome back to Ducktales Remastered. DT playing DT. Last episode, I completed Transylvania, ran into Magica McDuck, Diduck, Magida Diduck that I don't know the name, so I'm just gonna quit now. This episode, we're going on to the African mines. That's about it. But yeah, man, it's just the music. It's so good. Even this music is good. It just is. Don't question me. It just is. Shut up. All right, but seriously, we need to do this. So yeah, last episode, I was talking about how I was talking about how people try to be like backseat of just about everything, like backseat CEO, backseat drivers, backseat gamers, backseat artists, especially backseat game developers, and sometimes, I'll admit, sometimes it just can't be helped. No, I'm gonna take the hit. Take this, yeah, bats. Flying like a bat out of Hall. Is there? Oh, bat out of Holland. I should do that now. I should say that now. Flying like a bat out of Holland. But yeah, there's always those people that think that they can do better in just about, you know, anything. When more often than not, they're often inexperienced. Like, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Shut up. Go. No, but seriously. That should not even be funny. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? But yeah, not to say that people aren't inexperienced, and not to say that inexperienced people can't critique, but sometimes, not always, sometimes, there's some of those situations where, like, people will critique, they'll talk about what's a good idea, but then may not necessarily know how to do it themselves and or make it happen better themselves. If that makes any sense? Oh, Mrs. Beakley, what are you doing here? Your weight's in gold, Mrs. Beakley. Yeah. But nah, but seriously, that, I think one of the better examples... Oh, secret. I think one of the better examples is that, what is it? Well, from personal opinion, from, like, what I've seen go down, that people often go about, like, you know, Nintendo should do this, that, and the other. They should make this kind of game. They'd make so much money if they did this kind of game. They'd make so much money if they did that kind of game. And they're idiots, why don't they want my money? And that kind of stuff. But that only holds up so much and so well. Because, like, what is it? People keep saying, like, man, Nintendo should make a Pokemon MMO. And it sounds like a really good idea. And I'm sure a lot of people will want it to happen. Ah, I dodged ya. No, don't run away, money. Okay, I got it. But yeah, people act like, you know, Nintendo should make a Pokemon MMO. They'd make so much money, and they probably really would. But to just make an MMO is just not that simple and easy. Like, it sounds like a really good idea, and I'll give you that much. And it sounds like something I definitely buy into. Oh God, help! It's got to me. Oh no. Ah. But yeah, that was a little bit hammed up right there. A little bit hammed, ham-fisted. More like feather-fisted because I'm playing the Scrooge McDuck. But yeah, a Pokemon MMO, it sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a fun idea. It sounds like something that would make a lot of money. But alternatively, you know how much work actually goes, how much work, research, time, and money actually goes into an MMO? I mean, it really is like a whole lot more work than anyone would really think. And there's a reason why not every MMO actually happens to succeed. And there's a reason why only so many actually do succeed. Yeah, I gotta figure this out here. No, did one disappear? Okay. That's fine. You freaking... Okay. Higgy! Higgy. Gruff. Hamtaro. But yeah, so... Think about all the MMOs that are out there. Think about all the advertisements you get about people wanting you to play their MMO. Now think about, you know, the ones you hear the most frequently. World of Warcraft. EverQuest, occasionally. EVE Online. I'm sure there's a few more, but... I mean, just case in point that there's just... not a lot of super successful MMOs, and I'm sure Nintendo would, you know, have like the skill and everything to, you know, make a good MMO and make it long-lasting and stuff. But that's another thing, that when you make an MMO, you're in it for the long run. It's not like a regular game where you just make it and release it, and it's just good to go, maybe patch it occasionally. It's like, it's like actually raising a child, one that once you've actually made, you're stuck with for so many years. Maybe not 18 plus years, but you're stuck with it for so many years. And of course, you're gonna have people that get into it, and you're gonna have to, you know, disappoint people if you shut down the shervers. I'm sorry. You're gonna disappoint a lot of people when you shut down the servers. Oh no. Okay, this duck needs to calm down. Blah, 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 blah. Oh no. But yeah, so it's another thing to consider, and it is also a business thing. Like companies are made to make money, and sometimes you just have to go for the better option of making money. It's not about screwing over the customers. It's just how do we make money as long as possible, and that's basically it. So the bigger money maker, like while people really want a console Pokemon game that's like the main games and all that stuff, the bigger money maker is simply just to keep releasing, you know, handheld, regular renditions. You make a lot of money that way. And just because there's an opportunity to make more money, or make a smaller group of people happy, you know, if you try to make everyone happy, it's not going to work out too well. And especially like if you try to always shoot for bigger and better every time. Not to say that you shouldn't try to shoot for bigger and better. It's just like, you got to play your cards carefully, especially when it comes to making money. Because then you make the MMO, but then suddenly people aren't that interested in getting the handheld versions anymore. So then suddenly you have to keep the MMO going. Oh god, it's gonna hit me. Get out of there. You gotta keep the MMO going. You gotta keep subscription bases going. And you already know how people aren't really too keen on paying for subscriptions. As opposed to just, and that includes subscription-based anything or freemium stuff, as opposed to paying for a game outright. Add to that you may have to increase prices as production value goes up or your earnings go down. So not everything, MMOs don't always work out for everything and everyone, is what I could kind of say. And then MMOs are also about the mass multiplayer. So I'm trying to think of a good example there. As opposed to Pokemon games where it is about like communication and playing with other people, and the fact that you have online is a greater opportunity, but the fact that you can still play on your own, which I guess solo players on MMOs can actually make work too, I guess. I don't know, I'm not trying to like wildly defend Nintendo not doing a Pokemon MMO, because if they did do it, oh god, I thought I missed that jump. If Nintendo did do a Pokemon MMO, I'd most likely jump into that fast, and you could say, look, your Pikachu's if I hit the B button. Too late. It's not even a real phrase. But yeah. So, is there a secret around here? There's one. Taking it. Thank you. Where was I going with all this? I was on a roll with something. So yeah, I wouldn't be against Nintendo making a Pokemon MMO if they wanted to. But at this current point in time, I could see why they wouldn't. And I would kind of agree why they shouldn't. And to be honest, I actually do still enjoy portabilities. And we still get Pokemon console games, just not the main games. But is that really ever truly a problem? I mean, if it's all about just having better graphics, which, to a certain extent, graphics do matter, but that should not be the driving point, which I would say the upcoming generation seems to be kind of it a little bit. Like, there's a lot of the launch games are good. What the? Oh, I got a phone call. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Even in Europe, you get telemarketers. Even in Europe, you get telemarketers. And man, that was an awkward phone call too. Because like I thought they were speaking English for a second, like hello, could I speak to? And then it just became a whole bunch of gibberish. I'm very sure it was Dutch, but I don't understand Dutch. So how is that going to play out in my favor? Also, I'm sorry if there's like a change in the audio quality or headset quality or voice quality or whatever. Man, I'm kind of out of breath a little bit too. But yeah, sorry if there's like a change in the audio quality because I had to take the headset off, and oftentimes, you know, I do an audio test, but because I had to stop mid-episode and I didn't want to lose track of like, freaking get off of me, get off of me, yeah. I didn't want to lose track of my place in recording. I could always just edit it out later. I just kind of kept it going, and I had to put the headset back on, and now it's going to sound really stupid or weird because there might be puffs or the sound might get a little bit quieter. If it worked out perfectly though, I'll be real happy. But yeah, that phone call really did come out of nowhere, because I thought it was, I guess you can get telemarketers out here, but that's the last thing I'd ever expect. Okay, but enough talk. About you. There's so much I could probably say about this game right now, but take this. You ain't no king of mine. Harumph. Yeah, even like this boss is like just so well animated. Like, wait till he just jumps in the background and stuff. Like, look at that, the little smears and stuff, and then him trying to blow the horn and stuff, and then him clapping his hand like an old Disney cartoon. Like, you don't see that kind of animation anywhere anymore. Well, barely anymore. Oh, God. And I think one of the biggest shames, like, I don't want to be one of those people that go like, man, the 90s were awesome, and Disney has changed, man. Disney changed, man. But they did change. There's no denying that. But it just makes me think that there's like, they have so many cartoons, so many movies that they could just show, and they generally don't. Like, well, I was gonna say all but abandoned. I never hate that. I never understood that phrase. They've all but did something. But now that, you know, Disney Channel has went from being about cartoons, animation, and magic to just mostly teenage sitcoms, which some of them are legit. I haven't watched a lot in a while, and I had my share of like That's So Raven and the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and stuff. But alternatively, I really hope I don't die here. Heck, I died. But yeah, I enjoyed That's So Raven, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Those are probably my only two favorites ones out of all of them. But yeah, I mean, still at the time there were like a whole bunch of cartoons. The Proud Family, Kim Possible, American Dragon, Jake Long, all those shows and stuff. And they were, you know, decent to fair quality shows. But now, it's like, what was it? The only one was basically like Fish Hooks. The new show is Wander Over Yonder, which is a really good show if you haven't seen it yet. What else is there? But like, yeah, there's not a lot of Disney Channel cartoons. Like, they're kind of making a comeback with, the Mickey Mouse shorts, but that's all they are shorts. They're really well-made shorts, too. But that's all they are. And, like, that's the thing, if you can't, I just can't think off the top of my head a whole bunch of Disney Channel cartoons. Like, Disney show cartoons, like, that Disney actually produced, not just, like, hired another company to do, or, like, they got the rights to. Like, if you include Disney XD, then, yeah, maybe their list increased a little bit more. But that's the thing, Disney XD used to be too Disney! I'm just so angry because I love my cartoons, and they just took it away from me. Soapbox with DT Fox. Ooh, I should do Soap Bow. Like, so I could rant about things, but it's spelled A-U-X, because it's a thematic... Never mind. Taking it. But yeah, so, I guess I'll complain about Disney cartoons in the next episode. Yeah. I love how I always try to go on a tangent and then I run out of time just as... I mean, I could always continue and do the next stage, but that would ruin the pattern. And I'd rather not do that. And I can't believe I actually finished the stage so quickly. How much money do I even have? Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Over 12 million? Oh, I gotta check something. I never had this much at once, so let's check the money bin real quick. Money, 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 money. Okay, this doesn't look any higher than it usually is. I could have sworn one of the advertisements was like, collect enough money to fill up the Scrooge McDuck's money bin. Hurry up, guys, gotta do it, but I'm not seeing much. I mean, it's as low as it's always been. Maybe I'm not as rich as I am. Maybe this is symbolic of just how life is. That no matter how much money you try to get, your money bin will never be full. Sure, you can swim in it, but how happy are you? I mean, look at that face. Does that look like the face of happiness to you? Looks like a very depressed, deprived duck to me. Not really. Even when angry, he looks happy. Alright, so that's all for this episode. Next episode, we're going to be going on to, I want to say the Himalayas. Come on, please be right, please be right, please be right. Yeah! See you guys next time. Peace.